All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants, doing a reaction video to the Giants winning and going at 5-1. They beat the Ravens 24-20, and we are the comeback kids. Giants have been losing in 5 of their 6 games at the start of the fourth quarter, and now they're 5-1, and they've surpassed their 2021 win total. A lot of things that have been surpassed in this game. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll have a podcast out, all other stuff this week. This game was just the Giants were losing this entire game, and it felt like, stay in it, stay in it. But the Ravens are a very talented team. Lamar Jackson's a hell of a quarterback to have to face. But Wink Martindale gets his revenge, and pressure broke pipes and led to two huge turnovers to finish the game. I mean, the Ravens were up 20-10 in the fourth quarter. It felt over. Then Daniel Jones goes 5 for 5, 57 yards, and leads a 75-yard touchdown drive. Then you're praying that they just punt it and give you a chance. They screw up the snap. Lamar Jackson makes a dumb throw. And guess what? We're not going to apologize for that. Julian Love makes a hell of an interception, taking advantage of a bad play. First interception of the season for the Giants. And now we got the ball. Giants pounded in, and then they get the ball back. There's a minute and 50 left. You're still a little worried. Kayvon Thibodeau strip sack to win the game. So damn proud of the resilience of this Giants team. It is very fun to root for a team that's just winning and winning with just suspense every single week. Maybe we get a blowout win versus the Jags next week. I want to start though with the rookie class. Evan Neal, he looked amazing, and they let him do some more vertical pass sets, which we'll break down in the O-line report. Very excited for that. But he looked really, really good, and he looked like the guy that we drafted him to be. Don't want to overreact to one game, but he looked really solid, man, and not just like little quick stuff trying to help him out. Like, no, he was holding his own versus the competition. Kayvon Thibodeau, another rookie, strip sack to win the game. Daniel Bellinger, who's been, I don't think he's even underrated anymore by Giants fans. We just know, like, this guy's a solid tight end. He's not going to wow you with his speed or anything, but he does his job as a tight end. He blocks. He catches everything that's thrown his way. 5 catches for 38 yards and that touchdown from Daniel Jones. He had 5 catches on 5 targets. Daniel Bellinger continuing to do his job, helps in the run game, does some good stuff off the play action, and then anything that's thrown his way, he has sure hands. Wan'Dale Robinson makes essentially his debut. Only played a few snaps in week 1. 3 catches, 37 yards, a touchdown that was on 3rd and goal. He had a 3rd and 12 conversion on a really nice return route. And then also, like, he had a drop, but Daniel Jones probably should have put it a little ahead of him, but nonetheless, it was in his hands. He should have caught that. But, I like the fact that he's getting open on those 3rd downs. And then even Dane Belton had 6 tackles and played essentially the whole game, and they lined up in 3 safety sets the whole game. So you love to see your rookie class doing well and your rookie class being huge components of a Giants win. Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley now has 616 rushing yards on the season. He had 593 all of last year. Surpassed his total. And in the first half, like, he wasn't able to get going. The Giants were giving him the ball too much because, the Ravens were holding the ball a lot. He had 6 carries for 14 yards. Second half, they give him the ball 16 times, 69 yards, and a touchdown. So was able to get those tough yards. Like, he didn't have the big play today, but just kept on pounding, dealing with the bum shoulder as well, and just kept on doing his thing and led to some Giants points. And then Daniel Jones. Not some super flashy game where, he's putting up 350 yards, but he did his job. Like, there was a couple plays, he probably could have done better, but he did his job. And again, showing up when it matters the most. Like, you have to be in the situation to get these stats, but 4 fourth quarter comebacks, that to me is doesn't mean nothing. It's not just some random stat. So showing up when it matters, and 3rd and longs. Like, the past 2 weeks, the Giants been put in 3rd and longs, whether they run some wildcat and lose yards on 2nd down or 1st down, or there's a sack. 3rd and longs, they've went to that drop back passing offense, and they've been able to get those plays. And I think maybe the Giants, play caller, Mike Kafka and Brian Dable will have some more confidence that, like, hey, we can run some true drop back stuff. Now that the season's getting along the offensive line, at least the tackles are doing well. Interior was pretty brutal besides Ben Bredesen today. So that stuff matters. And then you have a guy like Darius Slayton who has the speed, and then you have Wan'Dale Robinson, and then you fit other guys around there. So Daniel Jones, fine game today. On the defensive side, we talked about it. Mark Andrews gashed them. Like, if they ran any type of zone coverage, he was able to find the hole in it, and the Giants pass rush wasn't able to get there. So Lamar would just sit in the pocket or buy time and just kind of stay on Mark Andrews, and he'd always find that hole in the zone. And then even in man coverage, he beat Fabian Moreau, a cornerback, for a touchdown. Like, they really didn't have much of an answer for him, which I get it. Mark Andrews is really, and it's not like the Giants have actually been fared pretty well versus tight ends this year, but Mark Andrews is just a different animal. The run defense, the Ravens' run offense is just so hard to defend because there's so many moving parts in it, and then obviously Lamar Jackson is their best runner. You have to account for him. But you would like to see them play a little better versus the run. That Kenyon Drake touchdown, you only had 10 guys on the field. That's the second time that's happened this year. The Zeke Elliott touchdown week 3 versus the Cowboys, only 10 guys on the field. Same thing here. And that stuff makes a huge difference. But the defense overall, I thought, stepped up in key moments. First drive of the game, you throw that exotic look on third down. You get a 6-yard loss on Lamar Jackson, takes him out of field goal range. They get down into the Giants' territory on the second drive of the game. They get a false start. You hold them pat. They lose a yard on that series. Missed field goal by Tucker. And it hit the crossbar. So if they gain 3 more yards, that's probably 3 more points for the Ravens. You had a first and 10. They had a 1st and 10 down in the red zone at the 16. 3 straight incompletions. A couple drives later, they had a 1st and goal at the 5. 3 straight incompletions. Then you have the interception, which was just huge. We were just hoping for one chance at a 2-minute drill. Well, guess what? Now we have to worry about winding the clock, and then the Kayvon Thibodeau strip sack at the end was big. So a lot of guys got revenge on the Ravens this week. Wink Martindale, the most, Jihad Ward, Ben Bredesen, Tyrod Taylor, Andy Viskoff, the tight end coach, Drew Wilkins, the outside linebacker coach, and some other guy, Tony Jefferson, Justin Ellis. So good to see them get a win versus the Ravens. And by the way, when people say like the worst 5-1 team ever, which I think people should stop saying, the last 2 games, who have we played? This week we played the 2019 MVP. Last week we played the 2020 and 2021 MVP. I'd say that's pretty damn good. You beat the the AFC number 1 seed in week 1. You beat the Panthers, beat the Bears. Time to start putting a little respect. And we have a stretch of some very winnable games going forward. So 5-1 feels damn good. Very excited for the future of this team. Appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe to the channel. We'll have a podcast out Monday, 8 a.m. O-line report, film review. Thinking about debuting a new video, but I'll have to talk with Justin about it, and then all the other podcasts. So appreciate you guys. Enjoy a victory, and let's go Big Blue.